Omar, founder of the Maison Blanche Paint Company, and today I want to tell you about a product called Annie's Reserve. Annie's Reserve is a water-based pre-tinted glaze, and these colors are from my own personal collection that I developed over many years as a decorative painter. Annie's Reserve comes in 4 colors: licorice, coal tar, tobacco, and bourbon, and I'm just going to open them up and show you what the differences are. Here's licorice. Licorice is our black. It's semi-transparent. Coal tar is kind of a blackish brown. It really looks like a tar color. And it's really our most opaque of the collection. I'll spread it out so you can see it. Coal tar also has a little bit of gold glitz in it, just a hint. Okay, now tobacco. It's a nice tobacco brown and much more transparent than the coal tar is. Finally, I've got bourbon. And it's a lighter brown color. It's kind of golden. Now I want to show you a way to do a simple glaze on top of a furniture piece. This piece has been painted with Maison Blanche vintage furniture paint in mushroom. A lot of times people ask, hey, how can I get the look of wax, the coloration of a dark wax, but something more durable? Wax isn't the most durable thing. A varnish is very durable. So my suggestion to them is to use a glaze and then use our water-based varnish on top. So I'm going to show you how to get that coloration without using wax. I'm going to use the tobacco color. And a chip brush. This is almost like a gel. It's a mixture between a liquid and a gel. And I'll apply it to my entire surface. But I'm really pulling it out and I'm making it really thin. And now I'm going to take a soft cloth and I'm just going to manipulate the glaze. This way I'm getting some color and some antiquing without using a wax. If you don't like it at this point, you can just kind of wipe it off. Or you could let it dry and you could paint it and start over again, but it's just paint. Don't be afraid of paint. Do you guys like it? After it dries, I'm going to coat it with 2 coats of Maison Blanche Paint Company satin varnish. All right, I'm all done. I applied the varnish and it's dried, and now you can see that I've got the coloration of wax with the durability of a varnish. Now I'm going to show you how to do a faux bois, or a fake wood, and I'm going to do it on a piece of plastic just like this. I want you to see what we're going for before we start. All right, I painted this piece of plastic using Miele vintage furniture paint. After it dried, I put on a layer of our varnish, our matte varnish, just so that I have a little bit more slip and slide to work with when I'm using a glaze. I'm going to use our translucide glaze. Our translucide is clear and it's tintable. You can tint it with any water-based paint. And today we're going to tint it with some vintage furniture paint. We're going to use a little bit of Creole orange and a little bit of chocolate. I love Creole orange. It kind of reminds me of remoulade sauce. I'm going to add a spoonful of Creole orange. Let me open up my chocolate. I'm going to put in 2 spoonfuls of chocolate. And now I'm going to mix it up. We're going for a nice peanut butter, dark peanut butter color. So I'm ready to apply this to my board. The first thing I'm going to do is take a chip brush and I'm going to put some of this on my entire surface. Now remember, this is translucide untinted that we tinted ourselves. It's different from Annie's Reserve, which comes already tinted. Another difference between the two is that translucide will dry to a matte finish, whereas Annie's Reserve actually dries to a satin finish. Because we've put that satin varnish on it before we started, you can see that if you mess up, you can just wipe it right off. Now I'm going to use Red Hot Ruby just to make sure that this covers my entire surface. There are some areas that are darker and some areas that are lighter, and that's okay because that's how regular wood looks. Now I'm going to take my chip brush and I'm going to use it as a flogger. There's actually a brush called a flogger that you can use, but it's very expensive, so we're just going to use a chip brush and we're going to flog our surface. I'm just patting it. What this is doing is creating a faux wood grain that later we're going to stain. All right, now we're going to let this dry completely. All right, now I'm going to stain my wood. And to do that, I'm going to use Annie's Reserve. I'm going to start with bourbon. And I'm going to use 3 parts bourbon. 1, 2, 3. 3 parts bourbon and 1 part coal tar. I wanted to show you that you can mix these colors together to get the perfect brown. Okay, now we're going to apply it. I'm going to take a chip brush . Now, faux bois is a true art form, and this is the most basic form of fake wood. It's easy enough for anybody to do, and it's slightly believable, so it's good. I'm going to take Red Hot Ruby, and I'm going to scrub my surface. All right, now the fun part. I'm going to create a wood grain by shaking. I'm going to shake my hand and I'm just going to lightly touch the surface. I'm going to start by creating a knot in my wood. I'm just lightly touching my surface. And now I'm going to go around each side of that knot, still shaking, to create a believable wood grain. It's just paint, so you can always start over. You can wipe off and do it again. As an optional step, you can use a blending brush to blend it further. Now, this one's made out of badger hair. You can get it at your art supply store. And I'm just going to lightly dust my surface. Now when this dries, I'm going to coat it with a satin varnish, because if you're using this on furniture, you're really going to want to add some durability by adding a varnish to it. But I want to pull back a little piece of tape just so you can see what it looks like. Pretty cool. Now I'm going to show you how to do an easy simulated leather. I've already mixed up a glaze. I've used 3 parts coal tar, 3 parts tobacco, and 1 part bourbon. Mix it all up and we're ready to go. I'm going to use a chip brush and apply it to my surface. You can do this technique on top of any color. We've used cayenne vintage furniture paint, and on top of the cayenne we also used a coat of varnish that's matte, just to help our glaze slip and slide a little bit better. But you can use this glaze on top of any latex paint or water-based paint. Now I'm going to use Red Hot Ruby to make sure I've got the paint everywhere. Now I'm going to use a trash can liner. You're going to need to open it up. And then crinkle it up. You can get these at Costco or Sam's in bulk. I'm going to gently dab my surface with it. I'm rotating my wrist as I do it. This is looking kind of cool already. I'm going to get a new one. I'm also going to open it up. And this time I'm going to press it into my surface. You'll notice that I used my breath. I blew on it instead of using my fingers because I didn't want to get fingertip marks in it. At this point, I'm going to take my hair dryer. Yes, every hair dryer I own has paint on it. My kids have paint on them. My dog has paint on her. My hair dryers all have paint. So I'm just going to blow dry it onto my surface. All right. Now I'm going to yank it off, and I'm going to make sure to yank it sideways, not straight off, because I really want the effect of a jerky movement sideways. So here I go. You do it one more time. This time I'm going to jerk it in this direction. Now I'm going to crumple up my bag and soften any hard edges that I have by just lightly dabbing. And I'm going to finish with this Badger blending brush, just to lightly soften it up. This is optional. Lightly dusting my surface. right, our leather is all done. We've sealed it with satin varnish for durability. You can use this on top of a desk. You could use upholstery tacks to tack around the edge to really make it look like leather. You can use it on walls. You can use it on ceilings. If you wanted more of a brown leather, you would start with a pecan color or a bronze color. You can do this in any color. You can do it green leather if you want to. So now I want to show you some pictures of it in action. Here's a picture of some walls and ceilings that have received this leathery treatment. Here it is with cayenne undercoat in this office. It makes the room look really rich. Check this one out. It's a dining room that I did in a brown leather. I hope that you really enjoy using Annie's Reserve. Thank you so much for watching our video. We've got other videos. Check them out and let us know what you think. Also, we'd love it if you would share pictures of your own photos on our Facebook page. I'm Annie Omar, and I'll see you next time.